Welcome to Deep Dive Podcast,
Yes.
where we unpack all the fascinating details you need to know.
Right.
And today we're diving into the world of Tempus AI,
Okay.
a company making waves at the intersection of healthcare and artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
They're listed as TEM on the stock market.
Hmm.
And you've sent over some intriguing sources.
I have.
Their financial reports, analyst forecasts, and recent news.
Lots to dig into.
So are they really revolutionizing precision medicine, or is it all hype?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Let's find out.
It's a fascinating case, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Tempus AI is trying to deliver on the promise of truly personalized treatment,
Right.
and that's no small feat.
And they've only been a public company since June 2024.
Yeah. Very, very new.
For those just tuning in, Tempus AI was founded back in 2015, headquartered in Chicago. They offer a range of services.
They do.
But what stands out to you as particularly innovative?
Well, their Insights platform is quite remarkable.
Okay.
It's essentially a vast library of de-identified clinical data. Think patient records, lab results, treatment outcomes, all stripped of identifying information to protect privacy.
Right.
Researchers are using it to uncover patterns and develop new diagnostic tools, treatment options, and even potential cures.
So it's like having this giant medical database,
It is a giant medical database.
and they're using AI to unlock its secrets.
Yeah, using AI to try to figure out what all this data means.
That's pretty exciting.
It is.
And what about their other services?
Well, they also offer next-generation sequencing diagnostics and molecular genotyping.
Okay.
These are advanced techniques for analyzing a person's genetic makeup, which can help identify potential health risks and tailor treatment plans.
Okay, so for anyone who's not a geneticist,
Right.
can you break that down a bit?
Sure.
What makes these techniques so important in the context of precision medicine?
Imagine you have two patients with the same type of cancer.
Okay.
Traditional treatments might treat them the same way,
Mm-hmm.
but by analyzing their genetic profiles, you might discover that one patient has a mutation that makes them more responsive to a certain drug,
Okay.
while the other patient doesn't.
Interesting.
This kind of personalized approach can significantly improve treatment outcomes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So Tempus AI is using AI to analyze this genetic information
Right.
and guide treatment decisions.
Exactly.
They're also developing AI-powered tools to help oncologists. Those are doctors specializing in cancer,
Right.
make better treatment decisions.
Yeah.
For instance, they have algorithms that analyze pathology images, pictures of cells and tissues to identify subtle features that might indicate a more aggressive form of cancer.
Exactly.
Wow, that sounds incredibly advanced.
It is.
But all this innovation must come at a cost.
Oh, for sure.
Let's look at their financials.
Oh, okay.
What kind of picture are their numbers painting?
Well, their revenue growth has been nothing short of phenomenal,
Okay.
especially in 2023, where they saw a 65.85% increase compared to the previous year. This growth seems to be driven by their aggressive expansion into new diagnostic areas, like the ones we just discussed,
Right.
and partnerships with major healthcare providers.
That makes sense.
But there's a catch.
A catch.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, this sounds like a textbook success story.
Yeah, they would think, right?
What's the other side of the coin?
Despite the impressive revenue growth, they're still operating at a loss.
Really?
In 2023, that loss amounted to $265.96 million. Now, it's not unusual for companies in growth mode,
Right.
especially in a cutting-edge field like AI-driven healthcare,
Yeah.
to invest heavily in research and development infrastructure and talent acquisition,
Sure.
all of which can impact profitability in the short term.
Makes sense.
But the question remains, will those investments pay off in the long run?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
So how do we even begin to answer that?
Right.
What are the analysts saying about Tempus AI's future?
Good question. Well, the overall sentiment from analysts is overwhelmingly positive. Okay. Most have given TEM a buy rating with an average 12-month price target suggesting a potential upside of over 60%.
Wow, over 60.
But of course, there's a range of opinions with some analysts more cautious than others.
Okay, so there's definitely potential, but also some uncertainty.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
What factors are analysts considering when making these projections?
They're looking at things like the growth of the precision medicine market, Tempus AI's ability to scale its operations and secure more partnerships,
Right.
and of course their path to profitability.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's a complex equation with a lot of moving parts.
It sounds like it.
It is.
But before we get too lost in the numbers, let's zoom out a bit.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier that Tempus AI is trying to deliver on the promise of personalized treatment.
Right,
What does that actually look like in practice?
right.
Can you paint a picture for our listener?
Imagine a world where cancer treatment is no longer a one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
Instead, it's tailored to your unique genetic makeup, the specific characteristics of your tumor, and your overall health profile.
Yeah.
That's the vision of precision medicine.
So no more guessing games with treatment.
Well, less so. The idea is to use as much information as possible to make the best possible decision.
That sounds incredible.
It is a powerful concept.
And what role does Tempus AI play in making this a reality?
Their AI-powered tools are helping oncologists make more informed treatment decisions.
Okay.
For example, imagine a doctor is considering 2 different chemotherapy regimens for a patient.
Mm-hmm.
Tempus AI's algorithms can analyze the patient's genetic data, medical history, and even pathology images
Wow.
to predict which regimen is more likely to be effective and have fewer side effects.
That's a game changer.
It has the potential to be.
It's like having a personalized medicine advisor for every patient.
Yeah, in a way, that's a good analogy.
Are there any other examples of how their technology is impacting patient care?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Remember their clinical trial matching service trials?
Yes.
It uses AI to connect patients with clinical trials that are relevant to their specific condition and genetic profile.
Okay.
This is hugely important
Right.
because it can give patients access to potentially life-saving treatments that they might not have otherwise known about.
That's a win-win for both patients and research.
It is. It really
It
is.
sounds like Tempus AI is really making strides in the field of precision medicine.
Yeah, I think they're definitely a company to watch.
But as with any groundbreaking technology, there are bound to be challenges.
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of the hurdles they face?
One of the biggest challenges is navigating the complex regulatory landscape of healthcare. The FDA has strict guidelines for AI-powered medical devices and diagnostics.
Right.
And Tempus AI has to ensure that its algorithms meet those standards.
Right. Patient safety is paramount.
Absolutely.
They can't afford to cut any corners.
No, they cannot.
What other challenges are they facing?
Another challenge is data privacy and security.
Right. We touched on that earlier.
Yeah. Tempus AI is dealing with incredibly sensitive patient information.
Yeah.
So they have to implement robust measures to protect that data
Right.
and ensure it's used responsibly.
They need to build trust with both patients and the medical community.
Trust is essential in healthcare.
Are there any other concerns we should be aware of?
Well, competition is certainly heating up in the AI-driven healthcare space.
Oh, okay.
Tempus AI isn't the only player in this game.
Right.
There are other companies, including some major tech giants,
Mm-hmm.
who are developing similar solutions.
So it's not just about internal challenges, but also navigating a competitive landscape.
It's a multifaceted challenge for sure.
It sounds like they have a lot on their plate.
They do, but they also have a lot of potential.
What are the key takeaways for our listener?
Tempus AI is operating in a dynamic and rapidly evolving field. The potential rewards are huge, but so are the risks.
Right.
They've made significant progress in a short amount of time.
Yeah, for sure.
But their long-term success will depend on several factors,
Okay.
including their ability to navigate regulatory hurdles, maintain data security and privacy, and stay ahead of the competition.
It's a lot to consider.
It is.
But speaking of groundbreaking technology,
Yeah.
let's dive into one of the most intriguing aspects of Tempus AI.
Okay.
Their use of AI to analyze unstructured data.
Ah, yes.
You touched on this earlier with their Insights platform.
I did.
But can we unpack that a bit more?
Sure.
What exactly does it mean to analyze unstructured data in healthcare?
Right.
And why is it such a big deal?
Think of all the information buried in doctor's notes, medical journals, even patient forums online.
Yeah.
It's a treasure trove of insights, but it's messy and disorganized.
Right.
That's what we mean by unstructured data.
Okay.
Traditional methods struggled to analyze this kind of information, but AI is changing the game.
So it's like teaching a machine to read between the lines,
Yeah, kind of.
to understand the nuances of human language.
Exactly. Tempus AI's platform can sift through millions of these documents, looking for patterns and connections that humans might miss. For example, a researcher studying a rare disease could use it to search for specific symptoms treatments, or even genetic markers mentioned in patient records across the country.
That could accelerate research by leaps and bounds.
It really could. It's a powerful tool.
What else can this technology do?
Well, think about drug discovery. Pharmaceutical companies are using AI to analyze scientific papers and clinical trial data to identify promising drug candidates.
Okay.
This could significantly speed up the development process and potentially lead to breakthroughs in treating various diseases.
So AI is helping us find the needle in the haystack, so to speak.
Exactly. It's all about finding those hidden connections.
But how does this translate to improvements in patient care?
Yeah.
How is this technology actually changing the way doctors interact with patients?
Imagine a doctor having a patient's entire medical history at their fingertips, all summarized and analyzed by AI. No more sifting through mountains of paperwork. They could quickly see the patient's past diagnoses, treatments, lab results, and even notes from previous consultations.
Yeah.
This allows them to make more informed decisions and provide more personalized care.
That sounds incredibly efficient. But are there any potential downsides to this technology? We've talked about data privacy, but are there other risks to consider?
One concern is the potential for bias.
Okay.
If the data used to train the AI is incomplete or skewed, it could lead to inaccurate or even discriminatory results. That's why it's crucial to ensure the data is diverse and representative of the population.
That's a great point. We need to be mindful of the data that's feeding these algorithms.
Absolutely garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
What about the algorithms themselves? How do we know they're making the right decisions?
That brings up the issue of transparency. AI algorithms can be incredibly complex, sometimes referred to as a black box.
Right.
This lack of transparency can make it difficult to understand how the AI arrived at its conclusions.
Right. You need to be able to understand the reasoning behind the recommendations, especially when it comes to medical decisions.
Exactly. You need that trust.
So are there any solutions to this?
The good news is that researchers are working on making AI more transparent and explainable. They're developing new techniques that allow us to peek inside the black box and understand how the AI is making its decisions.
That's reassuring to hear.
It is. It's an area of active research.
It sounds like there's a lot of thought going into the ethical development and deployment of these technologies.
There needs to be, these are powerful tools with the potential for great good, but also potential risks.
What are your final thoughts for our listener today?
Tempus AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in healthcare. Their use of AI to analyze unstructured data has the potential to unlock incredible insights and accelerate progress in research and patient care. It's an exciting time to be following this field, and it will be interesting to see how things unfold in the coming years.
It certainly seems like the future of healthcare is arriving faster than we ever imagined, and AI is playing a leading role. Listener, what are your thoughts? Are you excited about the possibilities, or do you have concerns about the potential downsides? Let us know. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and make sure to like and subscribe as we will cover more stocks.